Good afternoon, Swaruu. You know what I would love to talk about now? About your life in Taygeta, your society, and how you do things. I think it will be fun and important to learn about everyday life you have. When the time comes when we open our society to the intergalactic coexistence, we will be more prepared and we will know what to expect. Hello, Gosha. I agree. Anything you want, just ask. I'm here for you. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's start with your planets. How many planets are there in Taygeta in total? 4 planets. 3 M-type and 1 P-type planet. What's that? M-type and P-type. M-type planet temperature is 0 to 50 degrees Celsius average. P-class planet temperature is an average from -50 to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it's a planet Temer, Erra, what else? And which one is a P-type? Dakote, the furthest from Taygeta, the sun. P-class, cold, Arctic tundra all over, yet full of life and inhabited. Wow, fascinating. What is the 4th one? Temer, Erra, Dakote, and? The name is controversial. Procyon. It's controversial because it sounds like Procyon, the star. Nothing to do with it. We must be clear with this. It sounds alike, but it has nothing to do with our planet. It must be remembered that all these names, Erra, Temer, etc., are just the best sounding word to describe how it is in Taygetan language. I noticed some people say that Temer, for example, means temer, Spanish for to fear. That's ridiculous. In French, it would mean temer, of land of the sea. It will mean something else to other languages. Yes, it is obvious. Is Erra really like a twin planet of Earth? I think you said that before. Very similar, yes, but it has no deserts. And it's colder than Earth. Oh no, I love them, the deserts. Temer has plenty of deserts. It's more of a marine paradise planet. Erra is mostly forest. And Temer has no winter time, only spring, summer, autumn, and then spring again. Interesting. So no snow in Temer. Temer snow? No, never. Erra does, and it gets as low as 40 or 50 degrees below. Some places as far down as 80 degrees. And it gets snow and a lot. But it is okay in spring and summer. Very green all over. It's like 80% forest covered. How big are your planets? Like ours? Erra is like 10% smaller than Earth. Temer like 8% smaller, almost the same. And they pull at 80% gravity, or 0.8 gram. So, is it lighter to walk? Yes, it is. Of course, it's normal for us. You only notice something different when you walk on Earth. You feel so heavy, like when you get out of a pool of water, having been in it swimming for a long time. Gravity in the ships is also set to a comfortable 8% compared to Earth. For us, it's simply the right setting. Do you have cities on those planets? Erra during the daytime looks very much like Earth. Erra, Terra, twin of Erra. And yes, we have cities. Largest city is in the island Toleka city, translating it, in Temer. But mostly small towns all over. We are not that many people. Total population of 38 million in 4 planets. We do have some big cities, but they are rare, less than 10 of them in all the planets. The capital city, Taygeta city, is the largest, with close to 700,000. It's in the main island Taygeta in Temer. Taygeta city is very extensive, not like Earth ones. This means with a lot of wild places in between the buildings and a lot of open spaces. And it's never congested. It's where the arts, music, and most social life occurs. And it's by the seaside, and it's also a harbor or port for both spaceships and sea ships, as Temer is a sea planet that only has islands and no continents. The biggest island is Taygeta, and it's about the size of New Zealand. Taygeta Island is also where there is the largest industrial complex systems or factories, all underground. And they are 100% eco-friendly, using only zero-point energy. Part of those industries, above ground, is the manufacturing of starships, big and small, and people work on them because they love to. They are creative, they see their work as art, and with that, they are also helping the whole society. Even large ships are built there, and then floated to orbit. There is a large complex of spaceports there, with installations to hold and dock in large kilometer-long starships, repair them and build them. Taygetans live in small communities spread along the planets. Many small ones, separated by several hundreds of kilometers, if not thousands. This is because transportation is not a problem, and the towns are set in places where they have a minimum impact on nature. So that's the main factor for the location of each town. Now, the towns rarely go over 5,000 people, and they are communicated by rail, train, maglev, that's magnetic, no wheels, and elevated from the ground, not to disrupt wildlife. The cars are usually transparent on top, so you can see outside with full view. And they are full of sensors and a dispersion system in front to frighten off wildlife when the train is approaching, to minimize accidents. So, you travel by train. I thought everyone had their own ships. You told me about that some time ago. Yes, by train and by air. Yes, everyone has their own ship that is like a car to you. But as far as public transportation goes, the trains are the most used. We also have wheeled vehicles for short distances, mostly like delivery vans. And we do have scooters and motorcycles. But they are all electric and they get their energy from the air, so they never run out. And bicycles? No, not like the ones you imagine. The bearings in the wheels is magnetic, so there is no friction. Neither is there any inside the engines, so they last a very long time. I'm looking for a place to rent right now. You think I can rent something in Erra? Rent in Erra? No money needed in Erra. I wouldn't have to do anything to get an apartment then? You get your house built as you like it, exactly, and for free, just because. Huh? Just because, I like that. Yes, just pick a spot that's not bothering anyone, animals, plants, or people. And who will build it for me? I can't build. The community will go and build your house to your specifications. They do it because that's how it's done, and because they also got their houses built for them. But then I need to go and do something in exchange, no? And what if someone doesn't want to? Just asking to see how it works. At the beginning of the civilization, you did do things in exchange. Not anymore. You give because you want to give, and if you have something to give. The idea of scarcity or lack is Earth programming. On Temer and on Erra, there is abundance of everything. Everyone has what they need or want. No one fights there. For what? And the jobs no one wants, like taking out the garbage, that's automated. But what if someone doesn't want to contribute anything? Just stay on the beach all day, give nothing. So how would that work out? Don't know how to answer. I haven't seen that happen. Everyone contributes just doing what they love to do. Sit on a beach all day. It's seen as something transitory and something that person needs. No one is like that, and all are sometimes. They are respected all the same. Sooner or later, that person will want to do something else, and like it or not, they do contribute. There isn't much to do anyway. It's all taken care for. There is complete abundance of resources and a lot of space for all. So everyone is exactly where each one wants to be and is doing exactly what they want to do. And in doing so, they are also helping and contributing to the overall society. And the things no one wants, like taking out the trash, it is all automated. Robots and automatic computerized systems take care of those things. Same as the distribution of goods and services. The farms, many are automated, but most are still old-fashioned farms, people working the fields because they like to and because they feel they are of service that way. And you must understand that living in a place like Taygeta, you have a help mindset and another higher ethical values. You are comparing or bringing the Earth mentality to Taygeta, and it's simply not there. A holographic society is not based on a political system imposed on the people. It's an individual mindset of everyone living there. For example, no one has lack mentality. There is abundance. People don't steal, as they have everything they will ever want. And what if someone wants to take 5 boxes of bananas instead of 1? Can they? Or is it like a communist system where everyone is entitled to the same quantity? They can. But what would they do with 5 boxes of bananas? They will only rot and spoil, and they would have a problem getting rid of them. You only take what you need, as you cannot resell. And there is always a banana supply. Okay, or if someone wants 10 dresses instead of 2, because they like to change twice a day. You can, no problem. There is no scarcity. Wow, cool. Sounds like a dream. Now, let's change the subject a little. What are your houses like? Are they like ours? I see your apartments and houses as unusually square and usually small, but I do understand why, as money limits everything. Everything here is rounded and large. Only inside the ship the rooms may take a more squared shape, this because of logistics, even in big ships. Wow, places round and large. I would love that. I feel so in love with a round type of architecture. I have been looking, and on your internet almost nothing resembles a Taygetan house interior. Maybe like this. Oh wow, these are my dream designs, really. looks very much like a typical Taygetan Temerian house, only ours are a lot bigger and even more rounded. Yes, awesome. These are my favorite designs. I always say to people, why do people only design square houses? This is absurd and so boring. Taygetan houses are so big inside that they may have several levels and nature inside as interior gardens with a waterfall. You need the waterfall to purify your air, to ionize it. And you pass through little bridges with running water under them on your way to the kitchen. The water is always running, no tap water. You bathe in a little pool inside your bathroom. Are you saying that it's good to have a fountain, for example, inside the house? It's good for the air? Yes, it's good to have a fountain and running water inside. Water is not meant to be kept prisoner. It's meant to be free. It has a consciousness of its own. The only problem with having a waterfall or a fountain inside is that it will increase the humidity inside your house. And it may be too much, but that depends on your area where you live. If in Sedona, Arizona, then it's okay. If you are in Seattle, Washington, then no, it's too much, and it may help rot a lot of your things that are humidity sensitive. Some places may be so dry that a waterfall or a fountain inside will make the houses more livable, make it easier to breathe and fresher. Okay, now on the topic of religion, very fast, as I think we already have the answer. In your planets then, you have absolutely no existence of the so-called religions, right? You have spirituality, meditation, etc., but nothing else. No existence at all, only spirituality. Religion is a control structure imposed upon the population of Earth only. Perfect. Okay, now a little bit about travel. How far can you travel really with your ships? And do you travel for pleasure, as in going on vacation, or is it only in expeditions for work? Ships. We can go anywhere, and we have. Personal small ships are exactly like your cars. We use them for every possible reason. And there are many models of ships, one for each need. Many are also designed by the owners as art or for special needs. But do you travel for pleasure, as in let's go for vacation? Yes, and a lot. Do you visit other cultures, and do they visit yours? Yes, we do. What is a favorite travel destination for Pleiadians? The most used place to visit is Temer and its beaches. Okay, but what other planets and cultures do Pleiadians visit the most? Engans are the closest, and it's a very exotic and rich culture. But I mean outside of Pleiades. Do you visit other races and planets? Do they come too? The most traffic is between our two cultures, also because we look very much alike and we are very close friends. Too bad we cannot reproduce as a species among Engans and Taygetans. And other species come to visit too, but the species that don't look very anthropomorphic tend to stay away. I see. And you don't visit them either? I would, it would be fun. That's a very widely observed tendency. And why is that? They do visit, but it's uncommon. Races communicate and even cooperate, but they hardly mix. Not like in the Star Trek or Star Wars movies where they all mix the races. That's not so. But it's possible if someone wants to, no? The problem is that they are different because their bodies work differently and need different things. They are not different only externally, so it's not easy to coexist. and some can, like the cats, the urma. They breathe the same air as we do, so we mix very well and a lot. Even the food is similar. But that's rare. The Arcturians, for example, need a lot more oxygen than we do, so they cannot breathe in our atmosphere. Quite interesting. I thought there was more mutual exploration. And I am not just talking about exploring other races, but other faraway planets, the sceneries, etc. Yes, we interact a lot, using hologram technology with virtual presence. That's how they can be with one another. But that's not the same. I would love to go to the distant planet and touch the rock, see the terrain formation, etc. Go to unmapped places. We do that. Taygetans are the explorer race. We go to faraway planets, and we have exploration teams and ships. The exo-archaeologists, for example. But unfortunately, those have a very high death rate. Many ships never return as they encounter the unknown.